Yes, welcome to the Live Life Show, where I share heart keys to enable you to choose to live a fearless life of remarkable joy. Is that even possible? I say it is. Does this mean that you're always going around buzzing as though you have a life of remarkable joy? No. Life isn't like that. We are broadcasting live today from Ashgrove, just outside of Brisbane in Queensland, Australia. My name is Victoria Rose. In 2018 and 2019, I went on a backpacking solo epic trek through 10 countries over 16 months to prove it is possible to travel and live overseas on an Australian age pension. And I accomplished that mission. So you don't have to feel that you are imprisoned by financial circumstances. There's always a way, and I found the way. Sadly, right now, there are other circumstances. So we just do the best we can with what we have. Don't we? I am so happy to bring my Albanian adventures and experiences to you, because it was just sheerly by accident, synchronicity, whatever you want to call it, that I ended up going to Albania. And even though it got a bit tricky, I discovered a strength that I've always had, just like you have strengths. It's only when you're put in a place where you have to either live on your knees or stand on your feet and risk dying on your feet. And I didn't die. I will share with you at the end of the session, just like I do with every one of my Live Life Show episodes, I will share with you my heart key. This heart key goes totally against conventional wisdom. However, please do not dismiss it straight away. Have a think about it, because if I did not live by this heart key, there's no way I would have had the experiences that I had when I was on that 16-month backpacking solo. So, are you ready to learn all about Albania? And then I will stop halfway through my recorded video and share with you the drama. Here we go. Hello. Oh, it's not working. What's going on? Oh, silly me. And it is with great excitement that I share with you my episode, my experience in Albania. This is season 6, episode 12 of the Live Life Show. I landed in Albania on, when was it? The 27th of April, 2019. Wow. I had a fabulous 2 nights there. Tirana, there was no drama in Tirana. It was an incredible surprise to spend that time. I kind of wished I'd spend a lot longer there. Jumped on the local bus and after the 2 nights went up to this really gorgeous area on Lake Shkoda called Shkoda. But first, Tirana. What a stunning capital city. Cosmopolitan, friendly people. You could be anywhere in Europe. I was very fortunate to stay my 2 nights here at the Hostel des Styles. And what a welcome I got from the people that were running this hostel. I kind of got this welcome most places I went. I think they just took one look at me and thought, this is one mad Aussie. interesting thing about my booking here, I didn't realize that it was a mixed storm. So I can put my hand on my heart and say I slept with 3 men for 2 nights. It was exhausting. Just around the corner from here was this. Everywhere I looked, when I walked around, mind you, this is in the center of Tirana, there were just stunningly beautiful sights. Now look at that. That could be anywhere. That could be Italy. It could be Croatia, France. It could be absolutely anywhere. I decided to go into the museum and have a look at the history of Albania because I had no clue about Albania. I was there because I'd accepted a volunteer gig. Interesting thing too about the Albanian language. It's known as a natural language, and what that means is it has not been demonstrated to descend from a common ancestor. So it's certainly a unique language. I struggled with it. I could not quite remember how to even say good morning and goodbye and please and all of those normal things you get to say. Now, I'm saying this now because this is what I'm going to talk about. How the heck do you pronounce that? Subleta? Hubleta? I just have no clue. But however you say it, it's an undulating bell-shaped folk skirt. I saw this in that museum. Have a look at this. Isn't it just gorgeous? Now, the earliest Albanian hubleta dates back to the 17th century and can weigh up to 15 kilos. Now, if you're fascinated by this, like I was, just go and to your favorite search engine like DuckDuckGo and check out this incredible costume. And of course, there were cakes. Look at this delicious array. I could have been in Italy. And there I am clutching my precious backpack that never ever left my sight since my disastrous experience in Spain. Delicious macchiato. And just around the corner, oh look, I found another place. And beautiful. Oh, look at that macchiato. Look at that cake. Just a stunning slice of cake. It tasted better than it looks. Now, have that and a soda water, and all it cost me was $5.30. I have to say to you, if you are planning when the day comes when we are all released from the prison, then check out going to Albania. It has a lot to offer. After my 2 nights, I jumped on the local bus, as I said, and went up. It's about a just over 2.5 hour drive. The local bus was certainly an experience, and even finding it was certainly an experience because, let me give you the tip, there are not many people that speak English in Albania, but luckily I found 1 or 2. This is Shkoda. Now Shkoda, this is one of the main streets. Incredible location for huge differences in what's on offer, and I'll share more about that in just a minute. Why am I in Shkoda? As I said, I selected or chose a gig, and here is the president of the organization, and her name is Donada Sputza. Now, Donada is the president of this organization that provides support to women and girls who are victims of domestic violence. And I thought, wow, they were saying, look, we want someone who can do social media, who can speak the language and has the ability to share in a conversational manner the language to the people that work here, also to share with the people that work in the restaurant so that they can talk with the customers that come into this shop. Now, this little cafe is called Auntie Zanaveh, and I loved it. I mean, look at it. It's so pretty. And when we look at the cook, and here she is here, on this day, I filmed her taking, on my iPhone, taking this group of women through cultural cooking classes. So how to cook in the old way. And this is where I have to share with you what actually happened. So, I thought I'd share with you exactly what it was that happened. Now, on the one hand, I was kind of mad that this happened, but on the other hand, if that hadn't have happened, I would never ever have got to go to Albania. It was never ever on my destination list. I mean, who would put that on their destination list? I recommend that you do, by the way. So here I am. I had decided to go on this volunteer gig because, number one, I'd never been to Albania, and number two, it was helping women and girls of Albania who were victims of domestic violence. And how was I going to help? I was going to help by, as I've said, by English, conversational English, getting their staff in the restaurant to be able to communicate at least with some of the customers that come in, the people that work at the actual centre, and also to do stuff with their social media so they got more exposure, more people coming into their restaurant. Well, day one, so I turn up on day one and I meet the cook who has very, very little English, minimal, and didn't like to let you know that she didn't understand what you had just said, and I didn't catch on till probably day two that she was just nodding her head in agreement, so we weren't really communicating at all. But the very first job I had was she pulled out this big plastic bag crammed full of onions, peel. Right. This wasn't on the list of things to do. I didn't sign up for this, but I'm not above doing a bit of kitchen hand stuff, and I thought, oh well, clearly she's very busy, so I'll just do this. At the end of 4, possibly 5 days, I realized that this was all it was. It's not that I'm above kitchen hand stuff. What it is, I paid all that money. It was quite an expensive ticket to fly from Spain to Albania, and I'm here because I can use my skills. I can use my skills a whole heap better than I can working as a kitchen hand, washing all the dishes. There were obviously no dishwashers and stuff like that, mopping the floors, doing all sorts of things that were behind the scenes. And I thought, no, I'm not here to do this. I'm not happy, because I could also see that there weren't very many people coming into their restaurant either. So I had to look into what I'd like to do for them, which is what I thought I would be doing, which is promoting their business on social media, their restaurant. Thank you for the like. And what happened was it was just a disaster, I can't tell you. So many people use their mobile phone to find a place. They research it and use Google or any other of those search engines to find out, because they want to support this slow food restaurant that supports women and girl victims of domestic violence. But guess where they place themselves in the search engines? They were way up the street. They were not anywhere near their actual location was. So all the time they were sending their potential customers to their competition, because you couldn't find it anyway. It was up this little side street. So on that, either the 4th or 5th day, I said, stop, this is not what I came here for. I'm here to give you my skills in social media, to promote your restaurant, to take videos, to show people actually what you do, because they also do catering. And I wanted to share that as well. I was not popular, not with Donada, the president. She was quite happy that I had spoken up and said I can be more useful to you. And so I got to do that which I loved, but only because I decided that this isn't what I came for. No, and I needed to do something about this. I need to take responsibility for my experience here. What I did do was negotiate, because apparently, even though there's a whole heap of unemployment in Albania, Albanians are not that much different to Australians and Croatians and Italians and French in many regards. And one of those regards is that the young ones really don't want to be a kitchen hand. They would earn or get enough of a government handout that supports them to go and have coffee at their favourite cafe. And most of them still live at home with their parents anyway. Sounds very similar to Australia as far as I'm concerned. So basically, they couldn't get someone, a local, to actually help them with doing this kitchen. So I ended up spending a lot of time there doing the things I loved, and I was very happy that I was able to positively contribute to this wonderful place. So let's have a look at the rest of Albania. Now, regardless of how things are, I always find the spot where I want to spend most of my time. And here it is, Cafe Flow. Again, this could be anywhere in Europe. It's just a stunning place. I mean, look at that bike. Whoa. I just took that picture so I could get that bike in. I've never seen anything like that before. I would go upstairs and sit on that balcony, catch the beautiful breeze, sit there in my Albanian office, look down at the mosque, look at the gorgeous shops and the people walking by. What a smorgasbord. But the other thing I want to share with you, that fast internet happens in Albania. I had faster internet there than what I've ever been able to get in Australia. Now, what's that all about, guys? Surely that shouldn't be happening. I hope that gets to change. And here's another example of those differences that I mentioned. Huge differences in how people dress, in how much money people have to spend. There's a lot of unemployment in Albania. This dress is one, it may not be your favorite style, but how opulent is it? I mean, it's not one that I would wear. Of course, you'd have to be very slim to wear a dress like this, but worth a lot of money, and not the only dress in this little designer boutique. Not only that, across the road from there was this shop. So this is real fur. You'd never see this in Australia now. I don't think so anyway. But fur coats, fur hats, fur bags, fur shoes, fur gloves, and a couple, and more than a couple, 100 of euros, not even Albanian lek. So who's buying this stuff? That was my main question, coupled with, when you have a look at the cars around Shkoda, it probably was like this in Tirana as well, but I didn't pick it up there. But in Shkoda, I could go as far as to say that 70 to 80% of all the cars there are Mercedes. How can that be? Mercedes are expensive cars in Australia. Are we really getting screwed that much with the prices? I really couldn't make it out. So people came up with ideas. Oh, they're old models. No, no, no. I saw a lot of Mercedes that were definitely not old models. They were brand spanking new. Other people came up with, well, it's a mafia, the Albanian mafia. And these furs, the mafia buy them for their mistresses and then to placate their wives. I never really got down to the bottom of this huge difference in how people dress and the amount of money that people have. So let's have a look at this. this beautiful bride. I have to say, Albanian women generally are beautiful. They're just stunningly beautiful. Unfortunately, I can't say quite the same about Albanian men. However, Albanian women are beautiful. This is the style that was very popular when I was there, which is about a year and a half ago. Someone unkindly referred to them as meringue wedding dresses. And I'm going, no, they're just fairy tale wedding dresses. They're so just fairy tale, beautiful stuff. I went into one of the bridal boutiques here and again staggered at the prices. How can these people afford this when their wage is really, really low? Unfortunately, I can't remember what their wage is, but it's super low. And that's why they only pay $5, I think it is, for a packet of cigarettes, not unlike Australia, which is 35, 40 and the rest. But back to the bridal dresses. I went into this boutique and asked the woman, I said, how can people afford this? And she said, oh, they don't buy, they rent. On the theme of clothes, I went to a photographic exhibition, and this is what I found. You're probably thinking, oh, yes, well, it's some exotic religion there. No, no, no. This is how the Catholics in Albania and probably other countries, it wouldn't have only been Albania, used to dress all those years ago. Sadly, I don't have a date for these photos, but even so, we're complaining about wearing a mask. Crikey. Someone said that the women had to cover up because, yes, the Albanian women are beautiful and they could not let themselves, their beauty, be displayed because of the way that the country, all of the turmoil and all of the fights and everything that's been going on, the women covered up so they could protect themselves. And here we have another example of that, but there were differences. Look at this beautiful outfit. And then look at this one. Many, many wonderfully different photos, ideas, and looking at a culture that's very, very different to the one that I've come from and other cultures that I have seen so far on my backpacking epic trek. This is my most favourite place in Shkoda. This is Rozafa Castle, and I've put the heart here. I can only explain it this way. I walked, it's high up, as you can see. You wouldn't have these impressive views if it wasn't high up. I walked up and walked into the space. There's not much castle left, but it didn't matter. I felt this incredible tranquility wash over me. I really wanted to stay for hours and hours. It kind of did help that there weren't many others there either. So I just walked around and breathed in the splendor, the peace. Rozafa Castle, also known as Rozafa Fortress, is 4,000 years old, founded by the Illyrians. It was rebuilt much later by the Venetians and then the Turks. So it has a legend, of course. What castle does not have a legend? And you can find this for yourself. I won't go through the entire legend. One woman allowed herself to be embalmed or walled is a better word, into the ramparts as a sacrifice to the gods because they were building the castle and it just kept falling down. I'm not sure how true this legend is, but I'm guessing that there's some truth to it. But you can check it out for yourself. You could just go to your favourite search engine. I recommend DuckDuckGo and check out Rozafa Castle legend, and all will be revealed to you. Here are just a couple more of the beautiful images. I loved it there. Like every single time, it is that time to say goodbye. Goodbye, Albania. Here's one of the views from Lake Shkoda, also known as Lake Shkodra. But it actually isn't going to be goodbye because something happened after I'd been here. I went to the UK and I looked after, and that's in an episode to come, of course, the gorgeous Tibetan terrier called Dougal. And I'm looking after Dougal because his mum and dad have this rather nice townhouse on Corfu. There it is, Greece. And I went to Thailand and met this incredible American woman, and she lives in or has a flat in Sarande. I have invitations to go to both these places, so all I can say is bring it. And there you have it, Albania. Tell me, would you go there? I'm so looking forward to going back and experiencing the beaches because I never got to the coastline when I was there. Please let me know in the comments if you want to have a look at the live streams I did when I was in Albania. Then find me. I'm on YouTube. Go to my channel. Type in Victoria Rose Solo Travel. You'll get 2 Victoria Roses under that. One of them is definitely not me. I think you'll figure it out pretty easily. Now it's time for my heart keys. My heart keys. You see, this is the thing. Even now, more than ever, we need more heart. We need to operate more from our heart because there is so much fear around. And one of the ways you can do that is to take little baby steps. And there's that saying, which I'm sure you've heard, inch by inch, it's a cinch. Let me now share with you the heart key for this episode, and you probably won't like it. And the heart key is, don't make a plan B. That goes against all conventional wisdom, surely. Why would I say that? As a matter of fact, I had someone ask me about 3 weeks ago, okay, Victoria, so what's your plan B? And I looked at her and I said, I don't have one. She was aghast because that's not what we do, is it? We have a plan B just in case plan A doesn't work. Well, there's a couple of problems with that and probably more, but we'll just talk about 2 for now. So you set your goal, you set your plan A, and if that doesn't work out, then you've got your plan B. So you're covered, A or B. But here's the thing. When you set that plan A and that plan B, you weren't where you will be when plan A doesn't work out. You set the parameters for plan B when you were back, when you made plan A and plan B. Have I lost you? Things have changed. Take the situation that we're in right now. If you had have set yourself a plan B, so sad, too bad, because our world has changed in unbelievable ways. I refuse to use the unprecedented word ever again. So that's the one reason you cannot know when you get to the stage where plan A isn't working out. You cannot know what situation you're going to be in then. When you make a plan B, you now remove all of the options that may be open to you when you're in that space where plan A isn't working out. So instead of being fenced in by plan B, I'll do that now. No, no, no. You're here now. Things have happened or not happened, and you need to have a fresh look. What can I do? What are the best options for me from here? What is it that I'm missing? So this helped me a lot when I was traveling. It was almost impossible for me to do a plan B. I went with the flow and made my decisions when I needed to. So I just followed my plan A, and when plan A wasn't working out, like what happened in Albania and in Spain and in France now. Oh, and also in Italy. Oh my gosh, did my plan A ever work out? But do I look worried? No, because I got to experience something different, something that I would not have experienced anyway. I grew stronger because of it. I had much more wisdom and growth and learning because I went, okay, what am I missing and what now? Thank you for joining me today for my Albania experience, for viewing Albania through my eyes. Would you go there? Let me know. Just comment in the comments for me and let me know. I'll be back next week, and I'm looking at adjusting the time. I'm thinking I'll try 12 noon now and just have a look and see how that works for you. Let me know. Go in love. Operate from your heart. See you next week.